I just don't get it. Worked with this patient for 3 weeks. 3 very long weeks of testing, of diagnostics, of testing treatments, ruling out other treatments. 3 long weeks. And what did it all ultimately amount to? What did we achieve from all of our efforts that we put in? The patient came in, frankly looking like she was on death's doorstep. Told us that she was experiencing frequent pains in her chest and her stomach, swelling in the legs and ankles, and sudden weight loss. She told us that she had gone to 3 different doctors and none of them could figure out what was wrong with her. Any treatment they did suggest she couldn't afford. So my team decided to take a blood sample, run some tests, and also run an electrocardiogram. And after results came in, they were almost unanimously convinced that she had some form of heart disease. And though I pointed out to them that sudden weight loss is not consistent with most forms of heart disease, and that it would be smart to run a CT scan and a PET scan just to be safe, and they just ruled it out as an unrelated environmental factor. Try to warn them that the treatment that they were going to give her was not going to work. And they just completely disregarded anything I had to say. They said, oh, well, Richard, that's possible, but that's unlikely. We'll just have the more experienced staff work on this one. You don't have to worry about this case. Apparently, I know a hell of a lot more than their more experienced staff members. Put her on beta blockers and blood thinners for a supposed heart condition. And about a week later, she came back and she was coughing up blood. By the time they figured out what was wrong, it was too late. As I had originally thought, our patient had lung cancer. We initially wanted to do surgery to try to remove the tumors in her lungs after we figured it out, but it was too late. Cancer had already spread past her lungs. And then we decided to put her on chemo for about a week, thinking that, maybe that would help, maybe that would do something. And it didn't help either. The cancer was terminal. Now, I really don't know why I tried. I pulled 12-hour shifts at a minimum to try to help her. I kept trying to tell my team over and over again that we should run more tests, because jumping to a diagnostic conclusion from just those few tests was not a smart idea, and every single time they completely disregarded anything I had to say. All of the time and effort I put into this case to try to help her meant absolutely nothing. And the worst part is, after everything was said and done, after she passed, people keep coming up to me and saying stuff like, well, Richard, I'm sorry to hear that, but you did everything you could. Richard, it's okay. You tried your best. Or they'd say something like, well, Dr. Holmes, it's not your fault that she died. I know! I did everything I possibly could, and she died anyway. How is that supposed to make me feel any better about this? The fact of the matter is that a husband is never going to get to see their wife again. A child is never going to get to see their mother again because of our own medical failures, because we could not save her. In the very short time that I have worked as a medical professional, I had not experienced really losing a patient before. Not until today. Today I had to see the culmination of multiple medical failures which led to a woman losing her life. I understand that losing patients is just part of the job, and we have to accept the fact that we just can't save everyone. Still, I wish we could have done more to prevent this. The system failed her. We failed her. 3 weeks of diagnosis, of testing, of treatments, all of it in the end meant nothing. All of our efforts in the end meant nothing because we could not cooperate, because not a single doctor in this facility or any other one could decide how to properly treat this patient. I only wish that we can hope to use this as a learning opportunity to try to cooperate better in the future, because a patient had to die today because we couldn't agree on how to treat her treatable condition. I hope we can learn from this better in the future.